What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if Obi-Wan Kenobi will be in Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I thought this would be a pretty fun video to start off my Jedi Survivor series. I'm going to be taking a look at a bunch of different theories and just talking about this game leading into the game releasing in just about 2 or so months. And when it comes to Obi-Wan, and there's also one other, and it's Darth Maul, and I'll make a video specifically on Darth Maul. Where I've kind of settled is I do believe, and I want to feel very passionate about it, whether I'm right or wrong. If I'm wrong, that's okay, that one of these two is going to appear in Jedi Survivor. I feel like there's enough hints, even in what they've said, that there will be familiar thing. They're gonna try to do something again, like they did with Darth Vader, let's say, in Jedi Fallen Order. They're gonna try to do that in this game, and that is something I want to bring up. When I'm talking about Obi-Wan, I'm not talking about going crazy and saying he would be, companion. Now that we know you have an AI companion, I'm not saying he's going to be integral to the plot of the game. Maybe even like a Saw Gerrera, right? Something along those lines where he's there, he's got a couple scenes, and it would almost, Darth Maul would maybe be a little bit different. Again, that's why he'll get his own video. Obi-Wan, I really think if you're going to see him, he would just kind of pop in, one quick thing, and then he would leave. Now, the time period definitely makes sense. It makes sense, and it also doesn't. How he and Cal would necessarily align and how they would arrive, let's say, at the same destination, I don't think it'd be the most organic thing of all time. I do think you can get it to work. You also have, again, literally the time period. So Jedi Fallen Order, 5 years after, this game 5 years after that. And so you're literally right in line with the time period of Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan show. So we also know that he doesn't sit patiently on Tatooine like he should have and just watch Luke. We know that he, at least once has left and done other things. And who knows, if there's a season 2 of the show eventually one day, or if they just believe in their mind that Obi-Wan would leave again. He doesn't have to just be on Tatooine. You wouldn't have to go to Tatooine in order to see him. You could go somewhere else. And I really think that is a possibility. But again, you can only take it so far. A Saw Gerrera. Darth Vader, I guess in terms of a story impact, Saw definitely had a lesser, role to play than Vader, considering his impact on what he did with that ending. So I do think it would be more towards that. I'm going to personally say, if I'm picking out of the two of Darth Maul or Obi-Wan, I actually think Darth Maul is more likely. And I don't want to get into that too much, but the idea of overloading the game with characters that we know, I don't think they're going to go full on. You know what I mean? There's a fine line between giving us just a little, just a little taste and kind of spacing it out between, each of these games, and then just going full, I guess in a way, maybe fan service, or just, kind of giving us just characters that we all know. Which side would they go? I honestly feel like they would go on the side where, less is more, right? If you had to pick between Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, maybe you throw some other names in there. I think, Darth Maul would probably make the most sense of them. So I don't want to make this a video on Maul because I want to talk about him in the next one. But I do think if you had to pick, you would choose him for a couple different reasons. And because of that, would you actually give us a game with Maul and Obi-Wan, both in the same game? And I would probably say the answer to that would be no. So I do think it's a cool idea. I think the year is very peculiar. I don't necessarily think they did that for any specific reason. I think they just did the 5 years for Jedi Fallen Order. And then, 5 is just a nice number. So to say that this one happened 5 years after, and coincidentally Obi-Wan happens 10 years after, I don't know. I'd like to believe that was just a coincidence of really both of those teams kind of doing their own thing. It does line up. It does line up where, if there was communication, which you'd maybe imagine those names are kind of thrown out there, then maybe that is brought up, and we'll see if they actually did it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would Obi-Wan be in this game? Again, if he is, to me, I don't think he will be. That would be my prediction. But if he is, I would say just an incredibly, incredibly small role. Some maybe getting you from one place to the next in the story, but nothing that's going to really, like a Darth Vader kind of thing, change the story. So let me know what you think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.